morning, Boo Bears. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for another Mario Ramon review. Today, we're going to review Genius Aretha. It's a new movie on National Geographic, produced by Clyde Davis. And, well, I just know he was the executive producer, so I won't say that he was the actual, director or anything, but he did definitely produce the movie. And I feel that, Clyde Davis and Aretha Franklin were, friends for like many, many, many years. And they created a lot of hits together. And sometimes you can become very close with like your coworkers and you tell them things about you and things that you've gone through. And definitely in a situation where you're an artist, I think that artists pull from the things that happen to them. Like NWA, they rapped about what happened to them. Janet Jackson, her album Control was about her getting her freedom from her family. And, Alanis Morissette had The Heartbreak. So, when you're an artist, when you're producing work, just so you can feel what you're saying and singing and doing, and even when you're acting, when you're doing a cry scene, your acting coach will say, pull from the time your grandmother died. How did you feel? And pull that pain. And then you look at that camera and you pull from that pain. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that that's where the movie stemmed from. That's how we know so many stories, because Aretha actually may have told Clive a lot of the stories, and sometimes, I'm not trying to be funny. Your family doesn't know as much about you as friends or coworkers or things, I'm pretty sure that, I know for me, at least for me, I ask, my mom and grandparents questions about stories and things. How was it growing up with colored water fountains versus, colored and blacks, and, just different things, but not a lot of people ask their parents that. And a lot of times parents don't tell their children because they're like, you're not my equal, so why would I tell you this? And I say that to say the family, Aretha Franklin family, is protesting this particular movie because they weren't, a part of it. And I don't know if they wanted to share their part of the stories or if it was monetary. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe, I don't know if Clyde Davis offered them money, because he feels that he owns the rights to the Aretha Franklin brand. Maybe he doesn't feel that he owes the family money. I don't know. This is alleged. I don't know. But I'm just saying, why would her family not want this movie to happen? The movie in itself was amazing. It was phenomenal. It literally is phenomenal. I haven't got lost like that in a movie since, it's been a long time. Like, this was on a par when Diana Ross did Billie Holiday, Adriana Day. That was the last time I got lost in a movie, when she did Billie Holiday. But, Diana Ross, Adriana Day, Angela Bassett, and What's Love Got to Do with It? Oh, and speaking of What's Love Got to Do with It, Angela Bassett's husband was Aretha Franklin's father in this movie, Courtney D. Vance. OMG. He was just grimy in this movie. And it just goes to show you, how, because I don't see Courtney D. Vance in the light of which I saw him in this movie. And he made me like this in the movie. Like, just his name should just be Smitty. He just had a different girlfriend at church, if this is true. Once again, this is probably why the family protest the movie. They're like, even if it's true, we don't want this family laundry out like this. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't protect and, preserve our family's name. And, her father had a whole nother career. He wasn't in the music industry. He was a well-known, prominent pastor or minister. So maybe they don't want to, torture his name. But if all of this is true, all I have to say is Aretha Franklin is a G, a gangster. She is a G from way back. She went through so much. They started out with her and her father just driving up the road back in the days when you had to drink out the white water fountains and the colored water fountains. And these two white guys pulled them over. Not even the police, just two white guys want to fuck with you, right? And, Aretha Franklin's father car had messed up, but it was a nice car. You know how pastors are. We're going to keep a nice car and a nice house, some nice clothes, So the white guys were like, what just do, boy, what you doing with this car? And so they pulled over and they had a baseball bat. And then they hit the window where Aretha Franklin was in the back. She was a child. She was about like 10 or 11 years old. And her father was like, look, take my car. Leave my daughter alone. And so they took the car. He threw the keys on the ground. He got Aretha. They got their suitcase and walked up the street and got another car. Now that's called thinking fast. But that just goes to show you the strength of what she came from, because her father was ready to fight those two guys. And back then, you better not raise your hand at a white guy. You know what I'm saying? But her father was like, we are about to roll those bows. Catch me all the way outside. In fact, we are outside, so let's do this. Her father was like, look, I will wear you clean out if you touch my little Riri. Now, it just appeared that Aretha Franklin was her father's favorite in the movie. Anything she wants from when she was 12, she can get. But it also appeared that he just didn't take care of her in the way that a father should have watched her. I don't want to say take care of her, but he did not watch her. She was a 12-year-old, and her father had his own thing. Like, he was promiscuous, and he loved I don't know what you call those houses, a juke joint. He loved the juke joints or whatever. So you drink and smoke, and then you just be messing around with the ladies. There'd be two ladies sitting on your thigh, and you got your hand in one lady thing and the other lady kissing your neck, and it was just a mess. And Aretha Franklin got to see all of that, but there was two different relationships that in her mind probably was tarnished. One, that's my father. I don't want to see my dad like that. And two, you're the pastor. So that's why I say she's a G. She had to go through, the racial discrimination, then the sexual abuse. She was pregnant at 12, had a baby at 12. She didn't even know what to do. She didn't know how to burp the baby, why the baby was crying. She didn't even know who the baby was. She looked at her grandmother like, and what happened is she got drunk at the juke joint. She didn't know she was drinking alcohol. One of the guys gave her alcohol, and that just shows you the respect they have for her father. None. They had none. And then she had another baby shortly after that. So I didn't know that. Like, she had a baby like at 12, and she was on a gospel tour. That's how she had the baby, on a gospel tour. And everybody on a gospel tour was messing around. It was a mess. It was a mess. That's why I said it just tarnished the family's name. It just tarnishes the family's name. The young lady who played Aretha Franklin was phenomenal. I love the young lady, and I love Cynthia Erivo. They both did excellent in acting. And it's so crazy to think that Cynthia Erivo has an accent, but when she acts, she doesn't have an accent. And it's just amazing to see how she can do an accent. She can turn it on and off like that. And I've never seen anyone do it like that. Oh, I forgot about Idris Elba. It's very good with this accent. All right, so they turn it on and off, and I was like, that is amazing, but that's acting. That's acting. And let me tell you something. Cynthia Erivo, that little heifer can sing, okay? Sorry, Ruth, you got to call a thing a thing. And when we say heifer and singing, because even Patti LaBelle be like, whoa, you better sing, heifer. That means you are singing through your throat, your esophagus. It don't mean you an animal and all that, and I'm going to say heifer. Because water is wet. I'm not going to say, oh, this water is damp. The rain is moist. No, it's wet, baby. When you get rained on, it's going to be wet. You're going to be drenched. You're not going to be damp. So, it's just that somebody was cursing me out about saying heifer. And I'm going to say it. Okay? And if you don't want me to say it, then this probably isn't the channel for you. All right? Gonna sit down on it. They saved you a seat, pumpkin lamb. But yeah, Cynthia Erivo, that lady can sing, she can act. I just, I like, and let me not act like I'm not cognizant about, come on, like I've heard some Black Americans say that they don't like her because, well, They didn't like her in Harriet because they felt that a Black American should have played in that role instead of someone from overseas. And my thing is this: I can't see anyone else playing Genius Aretha than Cynthia Erivo. And I'm going to tell you this: Jennifer Hudson is going to have to come 3 times hard because we've seen this one first. And we know Jennifer Hudson has the voice, but how that script memorizing go for you? You know what I'm saying? Like just the blocking, and because in my mind, Cynthia Erivo had morphed into Aretha Franklin. The lady was Aretha Franklin. Now, I don't give a shit if she was from Canada, England, Peru, the capital of China. I don't care, honey. The baby can act. That lady can act. And she can sing her esophagus out. All right? Aretha Franklin, through the years, all of her relationships were toxic. Starting with her father and her mom. You know, it was like, of course a little girl is going to love her mom and she's going to love her dad. But when you see your dad treating your mom like crap, and the mom would look out the window and see him like kissing another lady in the car, and she just would, you know, recognize that he's cheating in various ways, and then have people walking up to their house because he impregnated another 13-year-old little girl or some mess like that. It was just unbelievable. And so Aretha Franklin's mother, she got tired of it. She was like, deuces. So one day, she packed up all the kids. Wake up. Put your clothes in the suitcase. Hurry up before your dad get home. Hurry up before your dad get home. Well, Daddy got home and he was drunk. And he said, do you actually think I'm going to let you take my kids out this house? Now, you can leave. Because I want to be with Sister Headbrew anyway. She got that good. And she left. And it destroyed the family, you know. I think that just was the beginning of the end for, you know, Aretha Franklin's childhood. Because after that, you don't have a mom. Your dad is always gone in a juke joint, and he's literally had 15 girlfriends. He be having new women in the church all the time, sitting on the front pew watching a choir rehearsal. It's unbelievable if this truly happened. It is unbelievable if this truly happened. But this is how it happened. Another toxic relationship is her husband. Her first husband was Dinah Washington's boyfriend. And Dinah Washington was a grown butt woman. She was a grown butt woman when she had this man. And the man was like, I don't want to say her manager, Dinah Washington's manager, but he had something to do. He was riding on Dinah Washington's coattail. And Aretha Franklin was an 11-year-old child when this man was grown. So when Aretha Franklin got to be like older, like, and I don't know if she was in her teens, she was still a child, he married her. I was like, and your father let this happen? Like, he was a grown-ass man when you were 11 in your house. You met him when you were 11. How can he think you're even sexy? That's unbelievable to me. That was unbelievable. But he did ride her coattail. And he was just not a looker to me. He was, I think it was his personality and the way he was just nasty and grimy to her. And I just think she should have left him a long time ago. But she, you know, she stuck with them because, you know, Aretha Franklin will tell you, I like the institution of marriage. You know, she's always said that she loves cooking and being a wife and nurturing and all that. Now, she does her touring, and you better give her money in cash because she keep it in her pocketbook. Right? She'll bring her pocketbook. Now, you ain't heard of a pocketbook in a long time. Everybody say your purse or your handbag, but your pocketbook. You know what makes a purse a purse? A purse holds wallets, lip gloss, combs, mirrors, hand wipes, baby wipes, mint. A pocketbook holds money and a handkerchief. Aretha Franklin's pocketbook used to be filled with cash because don't y'all write me no check? You ain't wiring me shit. You are not going to wire me no money. You gonna give it to me, and I'm gonna put it in my pocketbook, and then I'm gonna put my pocketbook on top of this baby grand piano and do this show. Okay? Gonna sit down on it. They saved you a seat, Pumpkin Lamb. Gonna sit down on it. You know, the movie gave me skinny Aretha and big Aretha, you know, little Aretha, big Aretha. I'm like, I needed it. I needed it to be real like that. Now, they didn't give me big Aretha until the end. Don't y'all get mad at me. Y'all know about Lil Luther and Big Luther. Come on now. We had Lil Aretha and Big Aretha. I was like, she ain't gonna be skinny this whole movie, is she? Because that's not how I remember seeing her. Because I got introduced to Aretha when she started doing jump, jump, jump to it. My baby loves me. He told me that. That's still to this day my favorite Aretha Franklin song. And then my second favorite is Dr. Feelgood. I don't want nobody always sitting around me and my man. I don't want nobody sitting around me and my man. Not my sister, my mother, my brother, or my best friend. Y'all can go home now. Boo is on his way from work. I love you, mean it, bye. I'll see you tomorrow when he's at work. But I don't want y'all sitting around me and my man. Go, get out of here. Get out of here. Can't sit around me and my man. I love it. We watched Aretha go through so many different, so many different facets of music. Like she started out with the gospel, and then she did pop, and then she did soul, and then she came back out. And I love how they put it all together, because Aretha Franklin had so many looks. She had the big poof hair look. And then, she did that, the afro and and it was showing how she was a fighter. And, she was working with Martin Luther King for the struggle. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Like I said, I came on Jump to It. By that time, we had Beat It, Billie Jean, and Thriller. We weren't cognizant. My generation was not cognizant of the struggle. And Aretha Franklin was frontline. Now, Martin Luther King, he had something to do with Aretha Franklin and Mahalia Jackson, and they alluded, once again, I said Martin is getting all the woo-woo. He is getting good woo-woo. Like, I ain't even trying to be funny. He's getting popular woo-woo. Some of the best. How you gonna be, if it's, this is alleged, but how you gonna be with Aretha Franklin and Mahalia Jackson? Go forward, Martin Luther King. Like I said, I love how she could just sing anything, because she started out singing gospel. Who knew that she could do chain, 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 chain of fools? That's so different than gospel. That's so different. And because with gospel, you got to feel it, you know what I'm saying? And Aretha definitely feels it, but she could do Chain of Fool. And I'm gonna knock on your door, tap on your window pane, tap on your window pane. Oh, I didn't even know Aretha Franklin did that, because my first introduction to that song was Mickey Howard. I said, come on, Aretha. Now, she a G. I'm loving this movie now. It's giving me what I needed to know. Who knew she was a chain smoker? Her zodiac sign was Newport. She'd light a cigarette off a cigarette. And hand me that brown liquor, too. That's what wrote Dr. Feelgood. Y'all like that song? Okay, thank you, Hennessy. Give me some of that apple Hennessy. Give me some of that apple. Give me some of that apple Hennessy. Give me some of that apple. Yeah, give me some apple Hennessy and a Newport, and I will have you 3 singles by 4 a.m. I ain't worried about that. I am not worried about that, honey. You got to tell me something I'm worried about. I'm not worried about that. And by the time she did the fro, she had met T.I., and he was like a designer. And they started kicking it. And she was already married. But she a gangster, honey. She grew up with her daddy. She like her daddy. She was like, honey, if I see you when I want you, I'm going to do what I want to do with you. Okay? Okay. We're going to leave this recording studio. We're going to go home and make our own music, Pumpkin Lamb. Okay? And so he was giving Aretha Franklin colors and all this, like, African wear. And then she was like, you know what? Look, just give me the afro. We're about to sing this song. And so she did a politically correct album, and her record label was so scared. But they should know how can she mess up with that voice? She could sing, oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a duck, E-I-E-I-O. She could sing, oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. She could do it. She could do opera. She'll do it. Because that's how she ended with opera. I say, who the hell knows how to sing gospel, pop, opera, soul music? She the queen of soul. She was singing with Annie Lennox from the Eurythmics. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I traveled the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sisters are doing it for themselves. Sisters are doing it for themselves. And then I knew you were waiting. I knew you were waiting for me. Even George Michael said, I need me some Queen. You got to give me some of that. He came to Clyde Davis. He said, I got to do a duet with her. And you know, George Michael, he be trying it. He hadn't given us father figure yet. That's my song. Teacher, there are things that I still have to learn. Oh, the one thing I have is my pride. Oh, George Michael sang that song. I'm going to listen to it after I do this video. Because I don't want to learn to hold you, trust you, think that you're mine. Sing from your throat, George Michaels. But he better sing from his throat when you going to step up to, and you asked to get in the ring with Mike Tyson? Aretha Franklin was the Mike Tyson of vocals. Now, don't nobody, like, you can get in the ring by mistake. You know, you don't know his track record, but ain't nobody's, oh, I'll fight Mike Tyson. Oh, I'll do a duet with Aretha Franklin. Even Patti LaBelle didn't even do a duet with Aretha Franklin. Now, I don't know, because Aretha was kind of mean to Patti sometimes. Even when Aretha was getting acknowledged at the White House and Patti reached out, Aretha, don't touch me, girl. You know not to touch me. Because the cameras are rolling. Fuck you up. I don't know why she was so mean to Pat. I was going to call her Patricia. But I don't know why she was so mean to Patti. I don't know why she was so mean to Patti. They really should have did a duet together, in my opinion. And then, because even Aretha Franklin did a duet with Whitney Houston. Google it. She did a duet. So I don't even know. And if you was going to be pissed off with somebody, it should have really been Whitney, not Patti. But I guess her and Patti grew up in the same time, and people put them together like Tyra and Naomi Campbell. And they're two different bodies of work. Prince and Michael Jackson. Thriller and Purple Rain are amazing, but they're just two different bodies of work, and you just cannot put them together. You can't put a fork up against a knife. We need them both. Now, go and sit down on it. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. T.I. did his thing, looking all slimy. He was the man who was the designer. And then also her ex-husband, Glenn Truman. He was the man that was on A Different World Than Where You Come From. And Aretha Franklin did that A Different World theme song. I know my family loves me. Stand behind me, come what may. See, she could even sing. How you gonna sing A Different World and make it soul? You can look up. We can take it. Just remember that you've been told. It's a different world. It's a different world. It's a different world. From where you come from. And then she had to do her Aretha. From where you come from. That's her signature right there. When she be, because she did it in, what's that song? Sometimes it hurts to even laugh, What was that? Waiting to Exhale soundtrack? It hurts so much when it's killing you. Sometimes the pain is just too much. But it hurts like hell, like hell. That's her Aretha-ism. Going all the way back in the esophagus. Most people can't do that. She be going in her esophagus having lunch. She be staying down there for a while, honey. Take your hat off and sit down. She be going in there esophagus. She don't be letting that esophagus go. I'm like, oh, Aretha. OMG. By the time she recorded the gospel album, she was over the industry. She was like, look, y'all are not giving me writing credits. I am writing these songs. It's me. It's her. It's not Diane Carroll or Diane Warren, Burt Bacharach, and all that, honey. That's for Dionne Warwick. She can't write songs. I can. No tea, no shade, Auntie Dionne. But I write my songs, and I can play the piano very well. Okay? And they're like, well, I'm sorry, Aretha. We just can't give you producer's credit. Do you know how rich she should have been? Do you know how rich she should have been? I ain't talking about no punk $80 billion. That ain't nothing, honey. She could have found that on the ground walking to the 7-Eleven, going to get a ginger ale that morning. She could have tripled that. If she had 80, then they made some money. Worldwide. Still making money. And that's probably why the family, they was like, well, you juiced her then, and now you're going to juice the family now. I'm just saying if that's the reason why they didn't want the movie to come out. It's very, very possible. So by the time she did her gospel album, it was called Amazing Grace. She just wanted to film it like at a little corner store. She was like, I just want my voice and the people and this piano and, it's just this. Because she couldn't find her way anymore. She was discouraged. She had won critical acclaim and she had won Grammy Awards and #1 singles and all that, but she just still wasn't fulfilled. She was like, let me go ahead on and sing a little Amazing Grace, some Bridge Under Troubled Water, all of it. So here come the producers. Here with their little greasy, slimy hands. Well, we think you should do this. It's going to make more of an impact. Going to make some more money. We're going to make some money. And shit, I ain't worried about the money. This is for my soul. I'm having it here at my father's rival's church because my father really irritates me. Really does. I don't want him to be involved. I don't even want him to come. She didn't even invite her father. He go show up and go take over preaching at her concert. She was like, I know she was thinking in her mind, N-word, are you finished? That's how they gave it to us in the movie. She reached over when he came and sat down. She said, you know you didn't have to show up. And he was like, did you think I was going to miss this? You can't keep me away. And she's like, ooh, I can't stand you. Ooh, Joe. Oh, are you okay? Yeah, my father just came in the room. I'm sorry. I'll be okay. You want some water? No, just tell him to leave. Honey, he gave her instant morning sickness. She was looking at him like, when he walked down and everybody clapped. Oh, here go pastor. Oh, here's her father. And they're honoring her by, oh, we're giving your father some peace like it's Miss Tina Knowles. But let Beyonce father come in Coachella and walk up the aisle and get hand claps. Let Matthew Knowles stop Coachella. Because that's what this Amazing Grace was. It was Aretha's Coachella. And come through the middle of Coachella. And everybody clap. Oh, it's Matthew Knowles. And Beyonce going to be like, really? And that's how Aretha was. She was like, really? Oh, this movie was good, baby. I ain't going to say too much more because I know I missed something, but it's only so much I could talk about it in 30 minutes. And yes, I was all over the place because the movie is so much. The part one was 2 hours, and the end was 2 hours, and then each of the episodes were 30 minutes in between that. So you have to go to like Hulu or something. I don't know where you gotta watch it, but it's National Geographic. Genius Aretha. I will say in closing that Aretha Franklin totally let us have it when she stood in for Pavarotti, and I'll never forget it. I was a child when this aired, and I recorded it on my VCR, and I must have watched it literally 100 times that evening when she did that. Now, once again, Aretha Franklin was a little bit more mature for my likings. You know, I like more of the younger, like the Karen Whites or the Pebbles, or, you know, Karen White Pebbles and stuff. So Aretha Franklin and Gladys Knight, they were from my parents and my parents' generation. So, but when Aretha Franklin came out and did Pavarotti, the Italian opera singer, and he was ill. And Sting, I'll never forget, Sting said, Aretha Franklin is stepping in at a moment's notice. I said, a moment's notice? Who does this and don't practice? To sing Pavarotti because he has laryngitis or whatever his excuse was. And then Aretha Franklin came out in this burgundy dress, and she had one of them salt and pepper flips. You know how when they feather your hair, and then it's a flip, and then it had a little blonde in it. And then she had this dress on with this fur on her stuff. She sang that song in Italian. She was like, and then she did the vibrato and the crescendos and decrescendos. She was like, Missing Dorma, that's the name of the song. And then she mixed the English in it. I said, you better mix Italian and English. She's like, and in my heart, my spirit lie. And then we got to hear a little of the Queen. And then she took it back to the Italian. And then at the end, she's just started doing her full opera. Inshallah, inshallah. Baby, those violinists was trying to keep up with the Queen. That heifer went back of her was like this. She was like, damn, bitch, slow down. She had that thing on her chin. She was, oh, wait, this girl is singing. Baby, Aretha, come on. She literally is the Queen. And then after she got finished singing, I'll never forget Celine Dion. She thought she had some of the best in town. And she did. But it was not better than the Queen. And so she stood up. She was like, Aretha, oh my God, I worship you. They worship me. I worship you. Oh, I cannot believe she does this. Yeah, she does this. I better ask somebody. Listen, thank you so much for hanging out with me for another Mario Ramon review. If you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and comment below. All right. If there is something that you would like me to watch, definitely comment below, and I'll watch it and do a review on it if I can. And if I can't, I'll just watch like an episode or something, because if it's like a series, I might not be able to do 36, but I daggone sure watch a couple of the episodes. And if it's good, I will watch all 36. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time on the Mario Ramon review. God bless you and have a great day. Peace.